always had this feeling that we nature photographers are doing a pretty lousy job trying to convince the general public that we should care about the smaller things. And I've decided to embark on a quest to change it. Nature photography can be roughly divided into two categories. The photography of the place, which tries to convey the nature of a site, make you care about it by showing people these evocative images of various exotic locations. And they work great. If we want to create a national park, this type of imagery works great. But if you want to make people care, really care about organisms, you have to show them the organismal photography. You have to show things that people can relate on a one-to-one basis. And that's why this animal works so great, because you can look into its eyes. And that's why this animal has become the icon of nature conservation. But that puts a lot of other organisms at a great disadvantage, because we humans are visual animals and we relate to other organisms through our eyes and their eyes. Then if you don't have eyes, that puts you at a great disadvantage. This is a subterranean lizard that is far more highly endangered than the giant panda. It lives only in one site in East Africa. There's a tiny little population, critically endangered. How do I make you care about it? So these organisms are really, really gorgeous, and this type of portraiture helps you relate to them a little more. It helps if an animal has eyes. It's more difficult if they don't have eyes, but at least this one has some nice colors and spines. So enlarging the subjects, making them bigger, is a very powerful and useful technique, trying to show them to viewers. But what I prefer to do, rather than enlarging my subjects, I'm trying to shrink the viewer. And for that reason, I really, really like a wide-angle technique. The wide-angle technique, you always feel like you are in the scene. It's like when I look at photos like this, I feel like I'm standing right next to this frog and I am about its size, which I am. But the wide-angle technique also gives you the context of the environment. And I really, really like it because that also shows, in certain ways, the role that this organism plays. You don't know if it's 2 inches long or 2 feet long, but you see that it belongs there. So I run a little blog called thesmallermajority.com. And a while ago, I posted a story about a spider that I found in South America. It was this spider, the Goliath spider. It's the largest spider in the world, and I described it in a very positive way, what a fantastic animal that was. And then I admitted that the spider was collected for a museum collection. And that started a global outrage. My tiny little blog that normally receives probably no more than 300, 400 visits every day started getting about 200,000 visits a day. And negative comments were pouring by the thousands. I literally received death threats for killing that spider, which is never done lightly, by the way, but it's a part of the process of understanding and documenting biodiversity. But anyway, all that I take as a very positive development. If I can make people care enough to kill me about a single spider, then there is a chance. Then we have a chance to convince people that they should care about these smaller elements of our global life.